Okay, so we're going to kind of focus a little bit on guard retention. We're probably going to do it for a few weeks because I think it's quite good to do. So what we did there, we did that sort of idea of trying to move around the person. So he's just trying to get towards my back, and I'm keeping him at a distance of moving around. I've got one hand based on the floor, right, and I'm moving my hips around here. As he starts to come around, look, I can check. Yeah, I can check around and moving the other way. Look, I can change. Yeah, so this is all good. So the first principle, well, the main principle with guard retention is to block or redirect the leading edge of a pass. Yeah, so that could be shoulders. If he's turning in, like Toriano is moving in with his shoulders, we can block the shoulders. It's almost never really the hips. Yeah, if I'm trying to block something, I'm never really trying to block his hips, because it's quite easy to be able for him to turn and change these frames into levers and move them out the way. Okay, so I'm generally looking to block arms, heads, arms, shoulders, head, knees, to try and redirect and change things. Okay, all right. So we spoke about on Saturday. We spoke about 3 phases of guard. Okay, first phase is engagement. Second phase is maintenance. And third phase is retaining, yeah, retention, okay? First phase, engagement. So if we've got Chris and we're here, if we're standing and I'm sitting here, there needs to be some sort of engagement for this to become a guard. At the moment, nothing's happening. I'm here. There needs to be some sort of engagement. It's either him engaging with me to try and get his grips of what he wants to do. Yep, cool, okay, or me engaging to try and get to a guard. Okay, so that is the first stage of this whole thing, is to try and see who gets the engagement. Generally speaking, whoever wins that engagement dictates where we're going next. Okay, if I win the engagement, so I make the first move and I end up into a little guard here, now I move to phase 2, maintenance. Yeah, so I'm maintaining the guard I have, or the position I have. I can be changing. Yeah, so we end up maintaining. So now we go to phase 2. If I miss the engagement, if it doesn't work and he ends up putting, like, he grabs both my legs or both my knees, puts me on my back, now he's here, he now has made the engagement. Now I cannot maintain anything. I've got nothing to maintain. So now I have to go on to my third phase, which is retention. Okay, all right. So what we're going to do is this, just very simple to start with, all right? I'm going to try and make a connection. So I'm going to be moving around. He's, again, moving around the person here. I've got to try and make a connection to the person. Okay, if I make a connection in any way, in any sort of guarded position, once I've made that connection, yeah, I'm going to sweep. So I'm going to allow the person to try and off balance me. Yeah, this can be either putting their hips to the floor or putting their hands on the floor. Okay, so hips or hands on the floor. Yeah, if he makes the engagement, so if he then gets the engagement on me, puts me on my back or whatever, he's going to pass and he's going to try and occupy the space between my armpit and my hip. Yeah, so he wants to try and occupy that space with anything. Yeah, knee, hips, yeah, however way you want, but he needs to occupy this space here. All right, so we're going to move around, but you're going to allow each other to do it. So the game is controlling to get to win the engagement. That's the game. Once you've won the engagement, just allow the person to do what you want to do. Yeah, you can now explore trying to off balance the person. Yeah, you can now explore how you're going to off balance, where you want to do it, how can I push their weight. Okay, so the other person's going to allow you to do it. Same again, if you win the engagement and you end up into, like, the person on top is winning on the passing front, they now allow them to pass, allow them to occupy that space. Okay, and then we're going to do that. All right, that makes sense? Cool. Okay, with a partner, give that a go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you got it? Good, let's go. So if you've got it, you allow for the sweep or the off balance. Yes, good, good. try and win that engagement battle. Should be all right. It's going to be very light, so you're not twisting or turning or anything like that. So it should be very, very light. Okay, so just nice and easy. Yeah. Okay, you'll be fine. All right, guys. Try and focus attention on elbow and knee connection. Yeah, so you're trying to focus on your elbows and your knees being close together. Person on their back. Elbow and knee connection. So person on their back, just try and focus on elbow-knee connection. Okay, elbow-knee connection. We'll go through more of that. Okay. Watch out behind you. Yeah. Nice. Good. That's it. Yeah. Nice. 50. It's good. Can you make him put his hands on the floor? Watch out behind. There you go. There you go. Nice. Nice. You get under his hips, you lift his hips up, hands go on the floor. Try and focus on elbow-knee connections. Time. Okay. Everyone cool? Does that make sense what we're trying to do there? Yeah. So if you win the engagement battle, you dictate what you're going to do next. So this kind of it can be boiled down to being first. So you be first in what you want to do. I want to try and pass, and I'm going to be the first person to dominate the grips to be able to get the pass. If on the counter, if I'm on my back, I'm going to be first to get my connection with the legs or connection with the body to be able to be first to try and off base and unbalance the person. Okay, essentially that's what guard is, right? Guard is to try to find a way to attack or to unbalance or unstabilize the person that is on top. Okay, so that's generally what we would do in a guard. Okay, all right. So I asked you guys to kind of focus a little bit or have a little bit of a look at elbow-knee connection. Okay, so if Chris is here, if I'm sitting, did you guys find that if the person on top won the engagement, you ended up on your back? Pretty much, yeah? So we're here, if you won the engagement here, you ended up putting me on my back to pass, yeah? You rarely try and pass when the person is seated, okay? Because you want to be able to flatten that person out to create that space, to be able to control the person. Okay, so in this position, when I'm here, I'm trying to keep my elbow and my knees together, all right? Reason for that is if he wants to try and occupy the space, if I'm here like this, there's no space to occupy. it's harder for him to get in to try and, if I'm here and I'm pushing forward like this, if you come forward and I'm here and I'm pushing around, look, the space is there for you to occupy, yeah? So if I bring my hands away, don't get me wrong, there's points where you might have to push your hand away, but you have to realize that as soon as my elbow leaves my body, there's space. And when there's space, he can then take up that space, or I take up the space. Okay, so elbows are in tight, okay? Generally speaking, what we were doing on Saturday a lot of the time was I was bending down and grabbing both ankles. So if you go on your back, and we're here, he's got his elbows in, I'll come down and swish their elbows up. That puts them on the back. Now I've won the engagement, very simply by just grabbing the ankles and turning his frames into levers, yeah? Boom. So now we're here, okay? All right, so this is what I want you to try and do. Person on your back, maintain good elbow to knee connection. My goal is to try and occupy that space utilizing a knee cut, okay? So a knee cut is where I'm going to bring my knee through and sit into that space, okay? Goal for the person here is to try and maintain the guard, yeah? So let's start with, the position we're going to start in is 1 foot in the middle, okay? So think about maintaining elbow and knee connection, yeah? Person on the top, you're trying to utilize a knee cut to get to that space, okay? All you're going to try and do is get your legs back in front of you, right? So I'm going to try and move, he's trying here, boom, he gets his legs back, okay? Cool? Makes sense? So that knee cut again, just to show that knee cut again, my knee is going to slide over the top of the leg, okay? And I'm going to try and occupy that space between the elbow and the hip. This person here, once again, is trying to use his elbows, his knees, yeah, maintain connection to try and stop you. Or if you end up reversed in the position, that's fine too. Okay, so you end up on top of the person, that's fine too. Yeah, I just want you to find ways of trying to get your legs back in front of you. Okay, cool. Switch partners if you want to. Give that a go. 1, 2, 3. Crawl under there. Cool. Good job. Okay, let's have 5 minutes, keep changing, yeah? 5 minutes, keep changing. Think about the things you might need to do a knee cut, to perform a knee cut. What are the things you might need? We talked about a lot of this when we were doing half guard. Try to put your knee on the floor the other side. Yeah, that's it. Yes. That's it. That's your knee cut, yeah? Okay. Okay, if you end up stale, so it's in there, start again. So if you end up back into here, just go back to that knee cut position. Yeah. Maybe allow the knee cut slightly, and now go. Good. If they get the legs back, start again. Yeah, switch. So just allow that knee cut slightly. Yeah. So just allow the knee cut slightly. So don't try and staple it off early. Okay. Good work. So just allow the knee cut slightly. Think about redirecting and blocking the leading edge. What happened? Oh, beauty. So allow the knee cut slightly. Allow the knee cut slightly. Elbow knee connection. That's it. With that punch in face. So allow that cut slightly. Okay, now go elbow knee connection. Try and do this again, but focus on not allowing the underhook. Yeah. Oh, you want the underhook. Yeah. So you got to keep those elbows and knees tight together. By doing so, you can stop the underhook. Go. So allow that knee slice slightly. Good. So there's no underhook now. It's going now. Now you've got a leg back. Good. Now you've retained your guard. Excellent.
Yeah.
Good. There was a point there you reached, and that was her opportunity. You reached with that arm. Elbows and knees. Elbows and knees. Middle left. Nice. As soon as you got that underhook, that's it. It's game over for them. It's game over. You never know. 40 seconds. Sorry. So there's a knee. There's that knee. Knee slice through. Got the legs in place. Elbow knee connection. Okay. 20 seconds. Good. Time. How did you find that? What were you searching for? What sort of things do you need for a knee cut to be successful?
Hands out of the way.
Get the hands out of the way. And what would you do when the hands are out of the way? You're looking for what sort of connection? You're looking for the get it away. Yeah, underhook. Shit. Gave it away. So you're looking for something on the upper body control, and you're looking generally for an underhook on the upper body. If I've got an elbow close, my elbows and my knees are tight together, yeah, and I'm here, it takes away that underhook opportunity, yeah? As soon as I start reaching, the opportunity for the underhook's there, yeah? So if I've got Chip, like I said, he wins the engagement phase, so I'm on my back, okay? So I've got my elbows here by my knees, yeah? Or on the outside or the inside, so I'm here, yeah? These now are frames, so if he comes in close to me, I can frame here, yeah? So he's always going to be looking to turn me or to try and put that knee through here, yeah? Okay. What am I going to do? Well, if I just start reaching and start trying to check the shoulder or check the knee here or anything like this, I've given him the underhook. So if he starts to underhook now and gets his head low, he can slide through and get the pass, yeah? So let's look at the configuration of my elbows and how we want to play this, okay? So if I'm here, I've got my elbows on the inside and I'm here. I'm looking to try and win this battle. I've lost it. He grabs my ankles, puts me on my back. Okay, now I'm in this position. If he starts to come to the side to knee cut, I'm going to bring my elbow on the inside of my knee. So my elbow and my knee are here. Now go for the underhook. Yeah? If he then goes, all right, well, I don't want the underhook, and just slides all the way through without the underhook, I'm going out the back because he's going to come around the head. A lot of times when I roll with people, especially if they're new, but even if they're not, a lot of the time they get desperate and they try and hug the head for the pass. Yeah, so they don't have the underhook. I'm trying to keep my elbows as tight as I can, and they come through the pass, but they come around the head to try and pass. Yeah. Whilst this does feel like it's strong, a little bit. While it does feel like it's strong, if I come around the head, he can easily just use his knee to push me, overextend me. Well, now you can start coming around to the back or just start scooting yourself away. Good. Yeah. He either comes on top or he gets back to a guard and I meet him. Okay. But this is due to me not being able to get the underhook. If I maintain elbow and knee connection, it's hard for him to get an underhook. Okay, let's move around. He goes here. Yeah? Okay. Switch partners. Same thing again. I want you to try and pass with that knee slice, yeah? That knee cut, okay? Maintain elbow and knee connection. If they're passing around one side now, I want you to have the one on the outside of you, of the other person, elbow on the inside, okay? Try not to allow the underhook, okay? And see if you can get your frames back. So let's start, sorry Chris, let's start halfway through almost. So this knee's halfway through. We're gonna be in this position, okay? So I could be here, yeah, I've got my frame. So I'm in this position here, okay? You're gonna finish the pass, so he's halfway started, he's gonna finish the pass, I'm gonna try and get my guard back, okay? Go. Okay, everyone cool with that? Okay, so you're starting halfway through the pass, elbows in tight, you have a frame, just try and get your guard back, okay?
Let them through?
You let them halfway pass. Yeah, halfway pass. Yeah, you can have a knee on the mat, that's fine. Obviously that other person is looking for the underhook to finish that pass, right? Don't let him get it. Don't let him get it. Look at that shaking head, no. All right, everyone cool? Grab a new partner, play with that. 1, 2, 3. So so you're gonna start. So you've got one elbow on the inside. You're gonna start with your knee here. Elbow on the inside, knee in, okay? I've got to finish the pass, you've got to get your guard back, okay? That's where we're going to start from. See if you can extend him. Remember we talked about redirection of the leading edge, yeah? Redirection or blocking the leading edge of the pass. Yeah, we're back. Once you're back in the guard, reset. Once you're back in the guard, reset. Go back to a guard, excellent, reset. So you're going to start with that knee slice through or switch. Keep switching amongst yourselves. Before, yeah. I know, mate. Oh yeah, I'll show you. You do it with me. Good? Okay.
That's all right. My fault. Ready? Yep.
So you're just trying to occupy that space between the elbow and the hips, the knee and the shoulder and the hips.
You gotta do that. Yeah. Oh God, nice. Yep. Yeah, try not to let me get this. Try and just stop my leg coming through, basically. Try and shimmy out. Get your legs back down. I'm in halfway through here and then try and get me back all the way back here. Yep.
If I lift you up, then maybe.
Yeah, I'm still looking. That's not big rope right now.
We do that again.
Yeah. I mean, you are starting quite a disadvantage. But did you manage to play with what was more effective? Having your knee elbow connection on the inside or on the outside?
Yeah.
Did you prefer on the outside?
Yeah, because quite often she's like trying to move it out of the way, and I just went like this.
To come in?
Yeah, so she moved that over the top, and then
Yeah.
I just keep it there, and then I can kind of.
Do you find that gives a space for the underhook?
It's kind of like this.
So you're keeping that tight?
That was like connected with the hip.
I mean, as long as you're taking that up. How were you finding your way back? If you were finding your way back?
I was trying to get the even like the underhook.
Yeah. So overextending them. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah.
You're getting a foot in the pushing you there.
Yeah.
I find the hardest thing is clearing this knee rather than trying to get the underhook.
Yeah. Try and get around there. But if you can come in here and drive your head down, you don't really. But this is the point. It's using frames, right? And if we can turn those frames into levers, then we're okay. So, like I say, if I can plant it together, maybe that would be good. But we are quite specific at the moment, or we're looking just for the knee slice. So it does limit you as the person who's trying to pass, because if they can block, if they're thinking, I just need to stop the knee slice, you don't have very many other options. So it is quite constrained. Granted. But yeah, if we could, like you say, if you would try and like turn that frame into a lever by bringing their knees close together, that's great. That's a great solution, because you can bring those knees together and try and pass. How else did you guys manage to get back, if at all?
I'm just using that knee that was through to shrimp off of.
Okay.
Shove it and get
So all right. So you're passing that knee back from there. But when you push away, did you find the underhook come in or not?
No, because I just did it in one sort of like.
So as soon as that passed back, and then you got the leg back. That's cool. That's cool. But you still moved your hips away then.
Yeah.
Away from that. Cool. Everyone else? Cool. So we would come into the knees. So when we were here, as the person sliding through, again, this idea, so I'm here like this, is I'm overextending the person, because they're not able to get this underhook, so they're trying to just slide. If they do, I was finding I can come to my knees and sit back quite a lot. So that was kind of where I was going a lot of the time. If the space was there, I'd bring the leg in and try and post off. So if the space was there, then maybe I'd bring a leg through and use my foot to bring my leg back. Was another option I was trying to do. But the biggest thing for me was trying to keep that elbow and knee connection to allow the underhook. That cool? That makes sense? Okay, so let's go back now. I'm going to open it up a little bit more. Let's use Joe. So I'm going to start in this position again, okay? Person on the bottom, all you've got to try and do is unbalance the other person. So you're just trying to put their hips on the floor or put their hands on the floor, okay? From this position, obviously you need to make connection, you need to engage, yeah? The other person, all you got to do is try and pass any way you want, all right? But I want you to have a little bit of attention, a little bit of focus when you're doing this about maintaining elbow and knee connection, yeah? So if she does put me on my back, I've still got my elbows and my knees together. Yeah, keeping frank. Cool. That went better than it did on the other day, because it was bad the other day. Yeah, in front of the camera and everything. Yeah. Everyone cool? Good work. All right. Yeah, so grab a partner, give it a go. 1, 2, 3. Oh, thanks, mate. Oh, good lad. How was that, guys? How did you find trying to win the engagement? Cool. Yeah, did you win? Could you see the three phases? Yeah, you got the engagement, you could win the engagement. If the person's trying to pass, you had to retain. Did you guys manage to work a little bit of retention there? So hopefully, in theory, if you're doing well, the person who is passing should be off balanced a fair bit, because even if they win the engagement, you've retained and off balanced. Yeah, you've retained and off balanced.
It's hard to win the engagement when I'm stood up, when I'm the
when you're passing.
Yeah.
Underneath. That's good.
Before you got your feet and your hands to
Yeah,
come
yeah,
to,
yeah.
You stood up.
Yeah.
And lean in and then they grab me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you find though you had to put them on their back? Yeah. Yeah. So I found that I was going back to what we did at the beginning. I'm constantly chasing the person. Yeah, same thing by trying to turn and move, and then finding my opening. Beauty is that we've got a gi on, so I can grab the collar. Yeah, and then I can pull myself in and underneath, which is always good. No gi, a little bit different. I have to go for the limbs or something along those lines to be able to get into the legs.
Depending on the person standing does, because Daniel, he was, I was going to go for something like that. He immediately come down onto his knees.
Okay, yeah.
You know, so then I just go for like.
Didn't burn you back into butterfly, yeah.
And that's pretty much what I was restricted to.
Okay.
It closed down that space. I think it like.
Yeah. No, it takes up that. But that's it. That's it. Yeah, I mean, it's a legitimate thing. If the person drops low, you take away a good part of their game, you know. And you might want to then start passing by trying to turn those frames into levers. Did you find that the person on top, the way you're ever going to get anywhere is by putting the person on the flat on their back? Yeah, to pass. So you winning the engagement is putting the guy flat on their back. So generally speaking, when we start, we are not starting here in a supine position, because we've already given them what they want to pass. So we want to be in this open position here, and then making our connections in this way. Yeah, we have movement in this position. In this position, if I want to move, I've got to sit up first to move. Yeah, so we want to try and stay seated where we can. Yeah, and not on our backs. Yeah, if we're on our backs, then we're fighting for retention. Yeah, rather than for maintenance. Make sense? Cool. Did you guys? How did you guys feel with the elbow knee connection? Did you manage to play around with that a little bit? Keeping that. I mean, it's starting from here. Oh yeah, from the perspective, the person on top. Yeah. It makes things really hard, right? When someone keeps their elbows in real tight like this. Don't get me wrong, like I say, I have to reach at some point. But I'm not going to be like this to start with, because I'm just allowing them to be able to move. But if I'm here, there's no space for them to be able to try and take up that. So when I can reach when I'm ready to reach. So I do things on my terms and not on theirs. Yeah? Makes sense? Cool. All good? All right. we'll do a few rounds then. We'll do this 3 minutes rotating thing because I think it's quite nice. 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 10 seconds rest, 3 minutes, and just keep changing. Or you can stay with the same person for 6. It's up to you. But yeah, cool. What's up?
How do you finish the omelette
It was 50-50, right? I was like, is it gonna be relevant? We'll talk about it when on my party. Okay, everyone cool? Good. Okay, let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3.
Breeze, rolling up peace underneath the palm trees. Time don't matter when your mind's this free. Feeling irie, just the ocean and me. Lighter flicks and my thoughts unwind. Colors melt and the stars align. No need to rush, I'm taking it slow. Life tastes better when you let it roll. We drifting high, no need to try. Feeling the rhythm, just touching the sky. 420 ways to ease the mind. Let the world fade, we on island time. Baseline deep like the roots of the trees. Herb in the air blowing sweet melodies. Eyes half closed, still seeing the light. Soul on fire, but the vibes stay right. Laughing easy, dancing low. Pass it around, let the good times grow. Moonrise coming, still riding the wave. High on life, with nothing to say. Drifting high, no need to try. Feeling the rhythm, just touching the sky. 420 ways to ease the mind. Let the world fade, we on island time. Take a breath, take a hit. Let it all fade just a little bit. Clouds roll in, but the heart stay bright. We vibing through the day and into the night. We drifting high, no need to try. Feeling the rhythm, just touching the sky. 420 ways to ease the mind. Let the world fade, we on island time. We drifting high, no need to try. Feeling the rhythm, just touching the sky. 420 love in every line. One more pull and I'm feeling fine. Take a breath, take a hit. Let it all fade just a little bit. Clouds roll in, but the heart stay bright. We vibing through the day and into the night. We drifting high, no need to try. Feeling the rhythm, just touching the sky. 420 ways to ease the mind. Let the world fade, we on island time. We drifting high, no need to try. Feeling the rhythm, just touching the sky. 420 love in every line. One more pull and I'm feeling fine. Thank